What's up everyone, Vu of Envu Films back with another video. And I don't know about you, but me, I'm a videographer. I do photography as well, but professional videographer. For some reason, I have a very hard time finding an ideal camera bag. It doesn't matter what brand, doesn't matter like type of design, there's always something that just does not quite work. And there's always a compromise I have to do. Maybe the camera bag is a little bit just too big, or the shoulder straps is just way too uncomfortable if it gets too heavy, or the camera back is just too small and I have to like sacrifice a lens or some other knickknacks that I try to fit into the bag, or I can't fit my laptop in the bag. Whatever it is, there's always an issue with one of the camera bags I've had. So when I got the opportunity to try the new PGYTECH camera bags, I was very excited. And for those of you who follow me, if I don't like something, if I don't think it's good, if I think something is just marketing BS, I'll tell you right away. And in this case, I absolutely love what PGYTECH is doing with their camera bags. And their newest one is a 25-liter PGYTECH ONEGO backpack. I've actually had the opportunity to use their ONEMO backpack, which is also 25 liters. It's another style of camera backpack. It has been working fantastic for me, and I've been using it the past almost a month now, doing multiple different types of shoots, weddings, etc. And it has held up in the rain. You name it, I abused the crap out of my camera bags, the crap of my gear, and it has held up. The quality is amazing. And this new one is no different. Right off the bat, I'll tell you, the materials are top notch, okay? I believe this material is polyester. It looks and feels like leather, but it is polyester. It is weatherproof, weather resistant. So if you leave this bag outside on accident, like I did with my other bag, and rain gets on it, you don't have to worry about your gear getting wet or the inside getting wet. The zippers are also YKK zippers, which is, if you all know anything about zippers, those are pretty much as high quality as zippers as you could get for anything. My first issue with this bag was actually the design itself. I'm more of a typical backpack type of guy. I like the back to zip, and I have access to all my gear, and of course the side access, which this also has. But you know, at first, I'm not gonna lie, like I wasn't too into this stuff. It is actually very much like the Peak Design bags everyone knows about. This typical tube douche Peak Design stuff where they send it to all the big YouTubers and everyone knows about it. Yeah, it's a similar type of design. And to be quite honest, they're probably, you know, PGYTECH probably got their idea from Peak Design. But then again, every company does that. Apple copies stuff from Android all the time. But what Apple does is they take some things that Android does that is very innovative, and then Apple fine-tunes it and really makes it work well with their system. And I would like to think that PGYTECH did the same thing. They took some cues from Peak Design, but then made them their own and made them better. Obviously, this bag has side access, so which means you put all your camera gear in here, you open up the side really quickly, and you could grab everything you need right here from the side of the bag. No issues there. And inside, there's a bunch of organization. You can put pens here, etc., as well as batteries. Now, the coolest thing about what PGYTECH does with their battery organization is they have many different ways of doing this, but in this case, they're using magnets. So if you have a full battery, you put it here, and you make sure this magnet is facing green. And then once you use up that battery, you switch it out, you put up the empty battery here, and you could take this, and then you flip it, and then it shows as a red symbol. So when you go back to your house, your hotel room, whatever, you know which batteries you need to recharge. It's very simple, very like basic setup. But for a guy like me with ADHD, it is great to be able to keep these types of things out of my mind, which means I don't have to think about it. I don't have to try to remember where I put the batteries, what batteries was what. I can just simply flip this over. I know this one needs to be charged later. Again, this is a very simple, most really basic thing that probably a lot of you guys have no problems with, remember. For people like me, I'm really grateful for that. And of course, they also have quick access on this side as well. So most camera bags, I think, only has one side that allows quick access. This camera bag offers two sides. So pretty much the same type of thing. You open up the bag from the side, get whatever you need. And also there's organization on this side as well. This one has a bunch of other types of organization pockets, 3 pockets total. Excellent. Zippers feel great. No issues there. And then, of course, you have your cup holder right here is nice and stretchable. You can also put your tripods, whatever you want in here, strap it down, what have you. Actually, matter of fact, 2 cup holders. And this is a big issue I had with a previous bag that I owned. It had no cup holders, no bottle holders. I mean, like, how do you not have at least one bottle holder on your camera bag? Especially when you're wandering around outside, taking a bunch of pictures, taking a bunch of video, you get thirsty, or you can put some alcohol in there because you're stressed out. Whatever it is you need to do to get going, you can put there. On the other side, of course, on the back side, this is where your back will obviously rest on the bag, or this is where the bag rests on your back. Very soft, very cushiony. They use like this honeycomb, like very soft, very like airier material. So like, you know, if you sweat and smell like some trash, the air will just go right through. So this is very similar to the bag I have been using. Again, I have not really used this bag yet, but I have used their other ones and it's very similar. The padding has like a honeycomb weave type of padding. And it's made out of like, I think it's like a TPR material, but it's very gel feeling, very soft. And it should be very comfortable on your shoulders for like long trips. And of course they have these grab handles on both sides and the top of the bag. And you could probably loop through your like carry-on wheeled luggage. You could loop this through that and pretty much just cart it around instead of having to carry it on your shoulder. But it's great that it has 3 different grab handles for this bag. And of course, you know, the main special feature about a bag with this design is the front access. So normally, probably 95% of the time when you're out and about, you're going to be using the side access. But the front access is for you to obviously organize your bag, set it up for the way you want it for the rest of your shoot, the rest of your trip, whatever it is that you're doing. So this right here is actually magnetized. You just pull and it'll just pop right out. And you want to put it back, you just gotta, it'll just snap right back into place with the magnet. Pull, snap off, put it back, snaps into place. I did have some issues when I first opened up the bag trying to play with this. It was actually kind of hard for me to like get it to line up, but now I think I've gotten used to it. So like, you know, it's pretty like, I can line up really easily and it snaps right in. Open, just like so. And then of course this thing just flaps right open after you unzip both sides. So you unzip this side and you unzip this side. And of course it just opens right up. And they have all like these different dividers for you to use to organize this inside of this bag however you want. Whatever like separation you want, you could put multiple camera bodies in here, multiple different lenses, drone. Depending how you set it up, you could fit your whole gimbal in here. I looked at my DJI RS2, which is a lightweight gimbal, but it's not small, and I could easily fit in here before after I take off the tripod and like the side. And I think most gimbals that could handle any type of decent weight, you're probably gonna have to like break it down a little bit to fit in there, but you could definitely fit your whole gimbal in this bag. All of these little tabs right here are magnetic, so that's really neat. It just snaps right into place. Storage here. You got these straps that they include with the bag. This is to strap like tripods, whatever on the outside of the bag. Gimbal, just strap whatever you want on the outside of the bag. Based on your own creativity, whatever you want to do. And then they kind of did the same thing on the outer flap of the bag. Same deal. They have a magnetized flap here to close up. And again, additional storage for you to play around with here. I think this is a good spot for passport, wallet, things of that nature. People can't easily open up this part to take your stuff. And before I move ahead, I do have a lot of issue with other camera bags not being able to fit my laptops. So I have a Gigabyte 16-inch as well as a Dell XPS 17-inch laptop, and they both fit into the laptop sleeve, which is a zipper on the top of the backpack that it goes against your back, and it easily fits 16-inch Gigabyte Aero. It easily fits a Gigabyte Aero 16-inch as well as a Dell XPS 17-inch, and these are the 16 by 10 screens, so they're quite big, but they fit those laptops no problem. And I think, of course, you could probably fit your crappy MacBooks in this backpack no problem as well. So like organization, again, is very simple. You could do whatever you want in here, pretty much. You can set up your camera dividers however you feel like, and you just kind of like push the little tabs on the dividers into the holes on both sides of the bag to get it nice and stiff and stable. And yeah, do whatever you want. And of course, you could even take all of the dividers out entirely and just have an open bag for just clothes. Whatever it is you want to do with this bag, you can. Like, this doesn't have to be a camera bag, which is the greatest things about camera bag is that I feel like everyone should just buy a camera bag, because you could use that camera bag to do whatever else. You know, it doesn't only have to be a camera bag. You know, you could use this as a backpack for school. You could put your books in here and stuff like that, your notebooks and everything. And then on the weekend, you want to go out and, you know, take photos for your IG or whatever. Yes, put your camera, you know, put the dividers back in, put your cameras in there, have a good time. So overall, highly recommend this bag. Okay, like, nice. It's a nice, sleek design. It actually doesn't look like a camera bag at all. The material looks very high quality. Obviously, like I said before, it is weatherproof. You got weather sealing, scratch resistant. Like, this is nice, man. Like, I've owned Peak Design stuff. I've owned Bevis gear stuff. I've owned Wandered gear. And this is right up there, if not better, in terms of like build quality, stitching, and overall materials than all those bags. And I'm not saying this just because I don't BS you in this channel. This bag is solid. It's like one of those, PGYTECH is that brand that some people know, but a lot of people don't. It's not like as big as Peak Design or like his Brevity or Peter McKinnon bags, where, like, you know, you're constantly getting like YouTube content from YouTube douchebags like myself. But, you know, and for me, even PGYTECH, every time like I was looking around for a bag and I scrolled by like a PGYTECH bag, I just didn't think of anything of it because I've never heard of PGYTECH before. And I want you guys to know about them as well, because this is an excellent backpack option. And if you're like kind of like me, where like at first when you see a design like this, it's like a little bit like different than what you're used to, and maybe you don't, you know, like this style of bag, and you have other preferences. And I'm gonna be honest, at first I wasn't into it either, but after I like played around with it and tried to set it up, I'm like, wow, this is actually really good. This is actually, like I said before, I've been using their other 25-liter bag, which is the PGYTECH ONEGO backpack. Obviously, this is also available for sale, but it's a more of a typical type of design where you unzip the backpack from the back, and you know, the front is just standard. Looks like more of a standard bag. And guys, believe me when I tell you, I have been beating up this bag, and it is good as new. You know, it probably needs to be wiped down. You got some dirt there because I actually left this in the rain, and it got really wet on the outside, but it didn't absorb any of the water, and all of my stuff inside was completely dry. So they have plenty of options. This is their new 25-liter. They're still selling this one, obviously. This is their other 25-liter. I believe the ONEGO also comes in a smaller model, which is, I think it's 18 liters. So if you don't need as much space, you could go for that one. But this is the big boy version, 25-liter. And I think 25-liter, in my opinion, is like the perfect size where you could like pretty much fit everything you want to fit, everything you need, without it being like too large. I have a Wandered 31. I believe that one is just a little bit too big. It's like too big, too bulky, and for some reason the way it's designed, you couldn't even fit everything you wanted. But this is excellent, guys, and probably the best thing about this size is that you could fit like your Sony cameras, E-mounts, or most of your cameras like sideways into the front of the bag versus having to set it up flat with the top of the camera pointing upwards. Because I had another bag which was like kind of thin, and then I couldn't put the camera in with like the grip facing upwards, in the camera. And that was causing me a lot of problems, to be quite honest with you. Again, guys, I appreciate you watching this video. I just want to introduce you to this new bag that PGYTECH has. Highly recommended. And yeah, if you want to see more content like this, please hit the subscribe button. And until next time, lighten up.
Hey man, what lens you use for the wedding film?
Yeah, I use a 50mm and a 24mm.
Oh my god, that trash. You only need one lens.
Bro, sometimes, I gotta be in tighter, mid-range shot, and sometimes I gotta back up, get a nice wide.
No man, you can just shoot the 24mm 4K and crop in post.
Bro, when you crop in a 24mm to get a 50mm focal length, it is soft and you don't get the same compression.
Sharp resolution is overrated. All you need is the Canon color shine.
Alright, let me see what you're talking about.
Let me show you.
Bro, that's almost as soft as Panasonic Mist Focus.
The soft footage is cinematic, it filmed